Ken.
What are you doing in town? Come in for the medicine show?
I don't know nothing about no medicine. I've been to the bank to borrow money.
Borrow money? From the bank?
Yeah, sure. All you got to do is prove you're so rich you don't need the money. Then they give it to you right away.
Did they give it to you?
No, they don't got no collateral.
Collateral? What's that?
Well, it's like this. You want to borrow from me $1. They say, all right, give me your hat. Now then, you don't give back the $1, they don't give back the hat. That is collateral.
But you got a hat, Gus. Why didn't you let them keep it?
You don't understand, Ken. They need $250 cash money right away.
$250? What for?
It's for my little Hildy. She's very sick. The doctor says she needs operation.
Is it bad?
Yeah. Have here a letter from my sister Lydia in Minnesota. The doctor say Hildy must go to big hospital in Minneapolis. For this, I will need $250 cash money.
Poor Hildy. I got more than $18 saved up for college. You can have that.
Thank you, Ken. Well, I better get back to the ranch.
I'm going to go on down to the medicine show.
Good, good.
Poor Gus. I wish I could do something to help. Come on, girl.
Step in closer, folks, so all may see and all may hear. In the ring, may I call your attention to the one, the only, the inimitable Hercules, the exponent of the manly art of wrestling. Pin his shoulders to the mat and win yourselves $50. Hercules, the living proof of the value of Dr. Hoxie's universal elixir and pain reliever. It endows mortal man with the power of the pachyderm and the bounce of the Bengal tiger.
Look at those muscles, Flicka.
Moving closer, please, so all can hear, so all can see. Just knock off a while. This way I'm just wasting breath.
It seems to me that's something you've always had plenty of.
You use the muscles, I'll use the brains.
You've been saying that ever since we met. Tell it to Sweeney.
Excuse me, mister. Could I speak to you?
The title is Doctor, boy. Dr. Elmo J. Hoxie, at your service.
Dr. Hoxie, sir. I was wondering... Well, would you give me a job for after school? I gotta earn some money to help out my friend.
I'd like to, my boy, but I'd be afraid to. You might get trampled underfoot with all these mad throngs dashing up here like a tidal wave of human flesh. Yes, Cooley Springs.
I could help you get a crowd with my horse.
Go ahead. You interest me strangely.
She's about the smartest horse in the world, I guess. Her name's Flicka.
Flicker? Like a fire flickers?
No, it's Swedish, means little girl.
She's pretty big for a little girl.
She does all kinds of tricks. I bet people would all come to see her.
Might not be a bad thing, a trick horse. You see what she can do, Hercules. I feel the need of a little sustenance. And while I'm at it, I'll try to drum up a few customers.
Up, girl.
To tell you the truth, Ken, she's the finest filly I ever seen. And you're a good kid, too. Just take my advice. Don't get mixed up with Doc Hoxie.
But I just wanted to earn some money, that's all.
I wasn't much older than you when I bought my first horse. She was a beauty. A filly like yours. Named her Ellie, after my mother. Earned the money working in the foundry. $2 a week. I guess I never loved nothing like I loved that horse.
Did you teach her tricks?
I didn't have time. My old man traded her off for a keg of beer before I had her 2 weeks.
I think I'd just die if I didn't have Flicka. Did you ever get her back?
No, I never saw her again. Better take your horse and wind home.
Confound it, what do you do in this town to get a crowd?
The kid has got a great horse, Doc. He does all sorts of tricks.
We need more than trick horses. We need a wrestling match.
See what I mean, kid?
Everybody around here scared to death to wrestle.
My dad was a wrestler.
Yeah, sure, like everybody else.
He used to wrestle in the army.
Yeah, used to. Wait a minute. Did you say your daddy was a wrestler in the army?
He was a champion. The whole place. Oh, he's got medals and ribbons, all kinds of stuff.
Listen to me, young man, and I'll tell you something. Can you keep a secret?
What is it, sir?
I don't want this to get out. But, your daddy could pin Hercules without no trouble.
You really think so?
Nothing to it. You see, Hercules don't keep in condition. I want to teach him a lesson. I'll be glad to pay $50 to show him that he's got to keep in shape.
$50?
Not only that, you get your daddy to wrestle, and I'll give you that job, doing tricks with your horse.
Yes, sir, Mr. Hoxie. I'll tell my dad tonight. Come on, Flicka. Don't you see, Dad? You just got to wrestle Hercules. Gus needs the money for Hildy.
Well, I'd have to have time to think it over, son. I think it's time for you to go to bed now.
Good night, Mom.
Good night, dear.
Night, Dad.
Good night, son.
What do you think about this doctor wanting someone to beat Hercules just to teach him a lesson?
Sounds like the old come-on to me. Come in, Gus.
Captain, could I make a talk with you?
Sure.
I have here a letter from my sister Lydia in Minnesota. And she says...
We know all about it, Gus. Ken told us.
I think maybe I better leave for a while and get a job at the railroad.
Oh, Gus. Why, it'll take you months to earn $250.
I know, Mrs., but what else can I do? I got to do something. It's for my little Hildy, and I can't just...
Gus, hold off on this for a while, will you? I'll see if I can't work something out tomorrow.
Whatever you say, Captain.
You thinking of challenging the wrestler?
I'm thinking about what it says here. Match stakes and winner take all.
You say you ain't got no cash money, Mr. McLaughlin.
That's right.
Well, then, suppose we match stakes, winner take all. I'll put up $250, and you put up... Oh, say that little trick horse of your son's a splendid equine if ever I saw one.
I can't do that. She's not my horse.
Oh, come now. I'm being more than generous to you, man.
Doc, I can't even discuss this with you. She's my son's horse. I'm willing to put up a couple other horses I've got.
Oh, I wouldn't be interested in a couple of other horses, Mr. McLaughlin. Talk it over with your son. He'd be mighty disappointed if you don't wrestle. He seems to think you're real good. Nice of you to stop by. And that's how it is. Your papa could have had $250 in his pocket by tomorrow night. But he couldn't put up Flicka, because she belonged to you.
Gee, I don't know what to say.
I figure the only way your papa can wrestle and win that money is if you agree to put up the filly. It's all up to you, but you have to make up your own mind.
All right, Dr. Hoxie. I've decided. I'll put up Flicka.
You made a wise decision, son.
But my dad will win, won't he? You're sure of that?
Ah, it's a breeze. You go home and tell your papa that he can have the match and the $250. But you better not tell him about our little deal for the filly. Not just yet. It's just between us.
Yes, sir.
Ken, take Daddy's jacket.
Well, better luck next time. Thanks. Sorry to let Hildy down, son.
Where's the little filly boy? Remember our agreement.
I'll have it here in the morning.
There, that ought to take care of that for a while.
Don't worry about it, honey. It's just a little mat burn.
I don't understand why Ken was so upset. Never seen him so quiet or shaken as when we were riding home.
Well, he probably feels I let him down.
Oh, it was more than that.
I know. It's the money for Gus.
Mm.
Flicka. He lost. Dad lost.
Do you realize we sold over 200 bottles of this hogwash last night?
Yeah, thanks to the kid for getting his old man to wrestle.
Yeah.
I brought Flicka, Dr. Hoxie.
I was beginning to wonder if you'd show up.
I gave you my word about Flicka, but you lied to me. You said my dad could win easy.
Well, now, not exactly. I figured your daddy could wrestle. A good man could have won.
My dad is a good man. You lied to me. You're a cheat.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah.
What's this bit about the kid's horse?
My horse, if you'll permit me to correct you. A small wager on last night's contest.
You mean you talked the kid into betting his horse in the wrestling match?
Well, something like that.
What a rotten thing to do to a nice kid like that. I ought to break your neck.
Since when did you start getting soft-hearted? This is a hard-boiled world. Dog eat dog. Never give a sucker an even break. Remember that.
I see what you mean, Doc. I won't forget it.
Ken, why didn't you tell us about this before?
I was afraid you might call it off and we wouldn't be able to get the money for Hildy.
You should have discussed it with us first. But I understand why you did it. I'm kind of proud of you.
Put my trunk and satchel in the buckboard. Glad you come before I leave, Captain. I want to say goodbye.
Where are you going?
Oh, I'm going to get a job at the railroad.
Just for a little while. He'll be back soon.
Yeah.
I almost forgot. Pete Slocum gave me this wire for you.
It's not a good sign for a wire to come.
You better read it, Gus.
Yeah. Never mind money. Doctor says Hilty won't need operation. Will explain in letter love Lydia. Why, everything's all right. Well, little Hildy's all taken care of.
That's good news, Gus. Now you won't have to go.
No, they don't have to go now. Everything's just wonderful. Now, what's the matter? You don't think everything is so wonderful?
Sure, Gus. Sure, it's wonderful. But you better come into town with me. That fast-talking Hoxie has gypped Ken out of Flicka.
He has got Flicka?
Yeah, come on along with me. I'll tell you all about it. What kind of business you trying to pull with my son?
Get rid of him, Hercules. I hate people who come around crying after they lose.
Ken is just a boy. He does not know what he's doing.
If he owns a horse, he has the right to do what he wants with it.
Wait a minute. You can't hold him to a phony deal like that. I want that horse.
At least the kid was willing to keep his word. He's more of a man of honor than his old man is.
I taught him to keep his word always, and I'm not going to change that now.
Well, then, my friend, go on about your business. We are ready to shove off. We have other worlds to conquer.
I'll make a deal with you. You give Flicka back to my son, and I'll give you your pick of any horse on my ranch.
Not interested.
All right, any two horses.
Not on your tintype.
I got an idea that will settle the whole thing.
You keep out of this.
I was thinking, how about another wrestling match? You put up the little filly. The captain here puts up, say, 3 horses. Winner takes all.
Say, wait a minute. That's not a bad idea. Get just as big a crowd as we got before. A rematch. A big grudge fight.
All right, I'm willing. But you'll have to give me a couple of days to get in shape. And this time, Gus here referees.
You're a hard man, Captain. But we'll concede.
Never give a sucker an even break.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Come on, girl.
Hey, come on over. Step right up, folks, step right up. Hey, come on over. The biggest grudge match of the century is about to begin. Step right up, folks, step right up.
Dad's just got to win tonight, Flicka. I don't know how he can. But he's just gotta. Otherwise, they'll take you away.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, in this corner, Cooley Springs' own favorite son, Captain Rob McLaughlin. And in this corner, the one, the only, the inimitable Hercules, champion of the mat. Your referee, Gus Broberg.
Dad, I just want you to know that, well, no matter what happens tonight, I think you're, well, you know what I mean.
I think I do, son. Thanks.
Good luck, Rob.
Thanks, honey.
I'm real proud of you.
Thanks, honey.
Dad, you did it. You won. I never knew you were that good a wrestler.
I'll be frank with you, son. I didn't either.
You threw that match deliberately. You low-down double-crossing skunk.
Go on and rave, sucker. I knew it sounds good.
You call me sucker.
Sure. Remember what you said? It's dog eat dog. Never give a sucker an even break. Well, you're the sucker, Hoxie. How's it feel? Goodbye, sucker. Well, Ken, Flicka's all yours again, huh?
She sure is. I'm never going to take any chances on losing her again. Ever.
That's good. I'm moving on. I just wanted to say goodbye to you and Flicka.
Goodbye, Hercules. You've sure been wonderful. Oh, I hope my dad didn't hurt you.
No, not too badly. He's a great guy, that dad of yours. Always be proud of him.
I sure will.
Goodbye, kid.
So long, Hercules.
Hercules,
Yes, ma'am.
my son's been telling me how wonderful he thinks you are. I want you to know that I think he's absolutely right.
Well, thank you, Miss McLaughlin.
I guess you were surprised at the way the wrestling match went.
Well, sure, I tried my best to...
Oh, I saw how tired and worn out you were. Helpless against a superior opponent.
I don't know what you're talking about, ma'am.
Well, let's just call it woman's intuition.
What does that mean?
That means that you and I have a little secret we don't have to share with anyone.
Oh, sure. Yeah, a little secret. That's a good one.
Oh, I was just saying goodbye to Hercules.
Oh? About ready to go home, honey?
Ready, champ.